I'll get some water.
No.
Okay, back with my water, and we shall start with the second act of the Archon quest. Moon Hotel. Wait, why did this place change? I thought it was supposed. Oh, workshop was. Ah, this is probably how you get the new weapons. Okay, never mind. I'll do that next time. Hotel board. Would it be faster for me to actually just? Yeah, it would. I'll do that work quest later. Apparently, there's also another work quest like somewhere relatively close by here. But I'll do this next time.
Apparently, when I was saying the Fontaine weapons, I thought they were the 4-star gacha weapons, but no, it's the 4-star craftable weapons.
Ah, yeah. Oh, really? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Alright, I need to open interactive.
I mean, no wonder why the passive one's so like super broken. They're like okay at most only.
Ah, I see, I see. Okay, where am I? I'm currently there. Okay, I shall deal with this later. Do I see any chest? Yes, I do. I just witnessed the chest. Hell yeah! As I was gliding down. Okay, it's on this weird peninsula thing. Whee!
Just
Free
like
chest.
expected.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some stuff real quick first, then
Sure.
I don't know how long will it be.
Stefana!
And yoink, TP is here. And close by? No, last sign. Okay. To the hotel.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Well, Paimon eats everything, so should be fine.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Pleasure working with you.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Aha.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we technically know the organization behind it, so.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct.
Fair.
It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
Is that why we're here?
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists.
Okay, but we still don't exactly know what your organization does.
Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
That remains to be seen, actually.
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
About something.
I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Ooh, I like your thinking.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play, don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
Whoa, we are breaking several laws there.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
Whoa.
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Would someone with her personality really feel shame?
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
What's a Fanta? Is it Fanta but French?
Was this your drink?
Is it wine? I'm questioning a lot of things.
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fonta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
I don't know what Fontaine is, but I have to agree.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fonta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Okay.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so normal. You know, like you.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
You know, we could give some mora to her. Like, she did say to treat us, but we could just give, like, I don't know, like an ang pao to her. It's a farewell gift.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Next time. For now, adios. Weird that the mission starts when the day ends. Oh wow, that's so far away. Okay, to the fountain, I suppose. Do. Interesting. Wait, this is
There
our
aren't any people
house?
around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Oh, the fountain. Hello there. You are actually saying Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? Ugh. That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache. Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water. Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Oh, what does this mean? Ah, Oceanid.
Vache. Are you my dear Vache?
Unlikely.
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
Oh shit, so Oceanids were humans? Or maybe some Oceanids are humans. Oh boy.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Light blue water. Oh, is this one of the... Oh, it might be. Oh damn.
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vacher would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be. No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vacher, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember. Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vacher above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth. Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vacher, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
What the hell? What in the absolute hell is going on?
Mademoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand?
Iron Sting? That's hers. That's her weapon?
Quick, now's our chance!
Oh. Sisters, maybe?
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me.
Oh boy.
And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Good day.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
Okay, so what happened to all the like Gardamex or whatever they're called? It just like instantly cleared? Are they self-decomposing? Or environmentally friendly?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for!
What an amazing thing to wake up to.
Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us!
Okay, I'm gonna need an explanation. For you see, I just woke up.
Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Okay, thanks, man.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes, so if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh.
Hmm.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
To be fair, we are the one that made the organization into the light, so yeah, they kind of don't like us as of now.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process.
Yeah, fair.
Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Oh yeah, we were able to talk to Oceanit. Yeah, right.
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then? Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
Ooh, new intel as well.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh, that is important. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened? Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate. Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Yeah, but what happened to all the like destroyed automatons or like guard something? Can't remember. Gardemex or something. Gardemex. Ah, whatever. Fine. Let's continue on our way.
Come on up.
Steal some apples. Steal some other stuff. Oh, general shop is here. Ew. Hello, good sir. Purveyor. Demovel. Fonta. I see. Can actually buy Fonta here. Margaret. Margaret. Anything else? Can buy beans, almonds, fermented juice. Okay. Interesting. Almonds is apparently used here as well. And so are beans. Good to know, good to know.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
This is weird location to be. An even weirder location for wheat to be at. Weird accommodation. Oh, wait. I hadn't even considered. Wind glider. Not really. A bit too bright for her. Doesn't match at all. Doesn't really match. This is probably the best. Matches more than the white, so even then, that doesn't really match. Oh, this is definitely for. That's definitely for forkless. I can't remember. So we're now in the sewers. Okay.
Surprise!
Sewers. Is there a specific reason why? Lizard. Oh, dog. Hey, buddy. Though I need to change something real quick, because I'm pretty sure you're a new animal. Oh, oh, it is part 1. Oh, okay, so... Hey. It is new. Is that a new cat? Doesn't look like it. Interesting.
Step on up!
Land of the Corroded Shadows. There's most definitely gonna be chests around here. Problem is... Knew it. Oh my god, this is gonna be so hard to find. Okay, so this is here on the ground. It's also apparently
The scent of treasure.
um, the pipes up there makes me think there's a chest up there, which there most likely are.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. he died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
Oh, I probably know who killed her father then. Well,
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
maybe he was trying to protect you somehow. I don't know.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Yep, obviously.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
Oh boy.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end. Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Everyone's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Rest in your room. Actually, while that is changing, I want to change my gadgets. Oh wait, I don't have the Fontaine. Ah, da.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vacher.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vacher person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept.
Neuvillette.
If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
Not such an easy person to meet, is he?
Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Something tells me she doesn't want to meet him. Okay. Available. Oh well.
The Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Onward.
Come back.
Welcome back.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
Please leave.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
It doesn't really sound okay.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
It really doesn't sound like something the security guard should just be like, oh, that sounds about right. Let's let you through to this highly confidential area.
Yes.
Ah, thanks so much.
Okay.
Please come in.
Hello, Mr. Novelet.
Sorry
Oh my god,
about
he
you,
has
Monsieur Nervalet.
he has a typewriter.
We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
Such a technologically advanced country. Typewriters.
I guess the rest of the world is writing in pen and paper.
Yeah, maybe.
So technically, yes.
Yes, yeah, true.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Why is he so cooperative? We just barged into his workplace and asked to find a name.
No.
And he's just very accepting of it?
I think because he sees the reason in it.
I guess that's fair.
New Village is a very
Who knew
reasonable
that
person. I guess.
Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
But I don't know why people find it reasonable to barge into their workspace or else. Even if they have a sense of urgency, but else.
Yep. As time passes,
Unfortunately,
it does not exist.
I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
Ew.
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Impossible.
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Ooh, that's a face of evil right there. And a face without a nose. But we shall skip that part.
It's just
Alamak.
like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort.
Voldemort looking at another.
You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all?
Oh wow, actual crying.
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning
of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Damn.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Well, when someone says they're fine, they usually ain't.
Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Perhaps it's just a natural weather what is it called? Phenomenon. Yeah, there we go.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Yep.
Great. Let's go then.
Okay, where am I now? Poisson.
Yes.
I'm at
Mania.
Poisson. And I need to capture those things.
One
No!
with nature.
Okay. Ay. Okay. Where is this? Okay, before that, I should probably go to Poisson. Where is Poisson? Where is it on the map? Poisson is over there. And they're apparently conscious below. I don't care about that. I care about where this Hydroculus is. Okay. Hydroculus. Is it in Zatri? No. It's probably below me, honestly. Fishmonger. Let's take a look. Oh, I can buy some of the specialties. Let's go. Bell conch and ship meat. Thanks, my man. Telga. Is there like nothing of interest? I guess there's nothing of interest. Okay. Ah, there's so obviously a cave there. Okay. Oh my god, this place is much bigger than I thought.
Holy shit, Nama.
I guess you weren't lying about the layers.
Yes. Yes.
Oh wait, this sends me up.
Wow.
Wait, not what I
A
want
lot
to do.
further than it
Follow
looks.
the wind.
Where's the hydroculus? Like, ah, I see it.
Oh,
Wow, that was high.
so let me
Not what I
prepare
meant to do.
The wind knows me.
one
God damn it! Why is it so high up? Oh my god. Oh,
normal.
oh, what are you now? Gameplay tutorial. Peninsula block. So I'm supposed to find something to attach this to. I don't know what this is about. Maybe I should check the. Peninsula organ. Oh, it's there. I see. Oh, I need to kill those things for Lynette.
A fateful offer.
And their mutual annihilation. I see. Ephemeral. So this is the thing that
Time to go.
will annihilate them. This Ephemeral block.
Everybody stand! Surprise! Be amazed! There is no escape!
These things are strong. And they only give one machine gear. Oh my god. Huh. Oh my god. I have to fight like multiple of those things.
Follow the wind.
Ah, shit. Okay. Where is it? In front of me. Okay. Got it. Top of this wooden structure. Okay. Poisson.
Whoa! What a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past.
In real life. Oh, now I'm slower than you in Fontaine.
Ah, what?
And now I'm slower than you in Fontaine, bruh.
Ah, it's fine. Wait, you actually didn't play the last 2 days, man?
No, I only
Last
played
three.
for until the end of the first round. I got very tired. Then I went to sleep.
Ah, I see.
Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Then I forgot what else I was doing on
Well,
Wednesday. Oh, they
Poisson
want to
is where
play
Spina di
Banner
Rosula
Wheel.
began, after all. It's
Haha.
our main base, our home.
Or else, it's not back. We can continue speedrun Genshin. That's the
She's the
complaint.
one.
The speedrunning, I complain that the game got no content.
Huh. Is it under or above me? So this is right here. Is that it? That must be it, I think. Okay, before that, I go check really carefully. Underground B exit, we got the viewpoint. Hydroculus over there. Under the water in the slums.
That's a ginormous bowl of mushroom soup.
Oh wait, I'm supposed to dive in. Of course. Of course. Oh my god. Huh. Well then. Okay. So the Jocular's gods. Let's see. There be anything like close by perchance? Nope. Where am I supposed to go to the ship?
Ah yes, even more food.
Is there something there? Nope. Okay, to the headquarters. Oh, do I like actually jump? Oh no, there's a ramp. I'm dumb. Okay. We lose.
Maloose, we're back!
Okay.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something
Yes,
called
you're gonna
synth began to
become
gain
a detective
popularity in
once
Poisson.
again.
Huh?
No, thinking about the quest on my end.
Oh, I see.
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant
Oh, yeah, man. You can
hallucinations.
talk to the restaurant person, the hotel person, see got recipe.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
A
lol.
bit far.
That guard guy
A bit
who
far.
went
okay.
into
You
water
can go back
also
again
mentioned
later.
that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he
Oh,
refused to
God.
yield.
About to break the grey
Not
line of
only
the law.
that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food.
Ah yes,
Then,
going under a bed.
we
Ah
heard two
yes, that one,
gunshots from
that
the
won't get
courtyard.
you arrested or anything.
We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds
Oh,
just
I'm
like
already
Lenny's
safe.
case,
Oh.
doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired. You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however,
I got
even
Fontaine.
though this will not
we
please
can
you,
read
Demoiselle,
Fontaine.
as your
Yes.
and your father's butler, I
Fontaine.
must still offer a word of
Fontaine.
warning.
Oh, you actually buy Fontaine.
Did you? I think I have some. I bought some.
Oh yeah,
soda.
from the soda guy.
Our opponent is insidious and cruel.
Yeah, let's see.
They are
Yeah.
extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has
Wow,
welcomed a new
crazy.
time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end?
Say again?
Another person trying to look rich, but is somewhat poor.
Okay, to be fair, they will tell you the reason for it later.
Synth is still here. Callus the
I know
Unfaithful
what would be
is
so
still
funny
his
is
epithet.
if the old man.
And Spina
is
di
like
Rosula
Lavia's
is
the
barely getting
the
by.
villain the whole time.
Nothing has changed.
That's what a plot.
For twist, man. This time.
Yes.
Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly?
Okay,
I've
send
never
back into
accepted
the
that,
hotel and buy
ever.
stuff if I can
Not
even go
since
in.
that day,
Oh, I can.
and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake.
You definitely
For the
can.
missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
Oh, you can
Oh
buy a
my
lot.
god.
You
This
can
is
buy a lot of
indeed the
recipes.
best moment
Okay,
to
okay,
act.
okay.
Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and
Oh my God,
more
you read the
importantly,
Sangya.
Demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this
Fontaine
on.
for your grass.
So you
Grass?
do know
I
Foie
don't know.
something
gras,
else,
foie gras,
Malus.
bro.
I don't know. I don't think
Yes,
Italian
I do.
or French.
In fact, even before that banquet, Boss
poison
already knew of the
seafood.
connection
You
between
really know
Synth and the
English.
serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
Well, thanks, Malus. You withheld this information for 3 years, bro. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for dropping this law bomb now.
And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass
Let's go
on
to
to
the other
you.
Fontaine Cafe down here.
Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula about the details. But as long as you remain safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
I see.
Like there's like coffee, those processed ones, sorry.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah,
nobody
yeah,
would be
yeah,
able to
that's
get
right.
off scot
True hunter in Monsanto.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has
her
worked.
endgame players be like,
Even
I'll
though
take your
Boss has
entire
been gone
stock.
for a long
I'll
time,
take your entire
the other
stock.
side has
Oh my
not
god, I have
tried
so
to
much
take
for in my,
Demoiselle's life.
Mora account, bro.
Nice.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and
I
haggard,
remember you saying
especially someone as
there's
proud
a,
as Boss.
there's a chest up here, yes.
To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing
I don't know
face
why
in
there'd
front
be
of
a
his
chest
daughter.
up here, but okay.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool.
Oh,
Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
Much less than last time. Oh, never mind. There you go.
Is that the amount of confidence he had in me?
God damn it, no!
And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
Oh, don't walk away from the meat.
I suppose that's true.
My god,
With the way he'd set things up,
like
if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
No, teleport me away from the meat.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on
why
any
did you just
kind of
off my
risk
freaking
for
streamer
your
mode?
sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
Warzone now, yeah, exactly right.
Oh my god, it's like the scary meme.
Them, please take every precaution to not alert
Ah,
the
you're
quarry.
awake.
Judging
Can you
from
cross the
our
border?
experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Ah, it's insane cutscene time, let's go.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've
She
provided
better
us
somehow
with
be
a
a
lot of
Geo
great
DPS.
information.
But she'll be a freaking Geo, freaking Claymore like Ito, bro. And that wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense.
If she's gonna be defensive, then the whole cutscene was pointless. Karen is gonna be like fucking Kating's competitor,
But she has a gun.
but better because she has a gun. Yes.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident,
How do
Jacques'
you watch
wife and
even
daughter
start while
were
we're
taken into the
unconscious?
Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Aw, thank you so
Wait a
much,
second.
Malus.
It's on a gun single fire.
It's using electric bullets, man. Maybe she just infused like elemental energy inside that just fires it
I
out.
guess.
A
As
new
if she
case
doesn't
awaits,
if she didn't
my
use
dear
her
partner.
vision at all, right? That gun is a fucking musket, bro. You need to shove a tube down it just to reload.
Not only that, you have to shove the gunpowder first, you have to put the wad, then you have to put the
Ball
ball,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, the projectile.
I hope
And
we can
then-
work together
and
to
then light the
uncover
fuse
the
again.
truth
Yeah.
and end this case
Actually, no,
once and
mustard
for
is
all.
not like fuse. Maybe
Oh,
it's a flint. It's a flint.
the flint. Oh, my bad.
Oh my god! Oh my god, we're actually going to court again! Oh my god!
Oh my god, Skull Emory, what the fuck? This is legit Ace Attorney edition.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Well, there's definitely gonna be. Let's climb this thing. Hello there, Hydroculus. Let me just get rid of you. And apparently, on the other side,
Yo, why is Navia not grateful that Chlorine is stalking us? We just
One with
say it,
nature.
bro.
and yeah, there's exquisite right here.
A fateful
Okay,
offer.
visit Jean's family.
Who is Mr. Colors? Oh, it's a father.
Just stealing their provisions.
It is settled then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Ah, the daughter really hates us.
Mm.
Yep.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rusula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to
Clarence
be
eye looks a bit
genuine.
weird.
But
The
Like
what?
her iris,
aren't all of those
like
things
Clarence's
nothing
eyes.
compared to the loss of Jacques?
Her iris is like so big,
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't even notice that.
like, and perfectly circular as well.
I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
Adele?
Oh no!
It's Adele.
Screenshot and then send to general.
Nah, it's fine. You'll reach there when you reach there as well.
I didn't know how to
Actually,
face
yeah, I
you,
wish that I just send
because
them
I
as a
didn't know what
troll.
I could possibly bring as a
Because they're
consolation
at
gift.
Sumeru right now only.
Oh, I see.
They're not
I
gonna see
know
this for like another
only the
month.
full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I
Oh, and she
really
just
can't
casually walked.
believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
You know, I just realized though, that's probably not pronounced Adele, but Adelaide.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually
What the
came
fuck
to.
is magnanimity? Oh my god.
Which is
Magnanimity,
why
yeah.
I'm the one
My
who
short
should
tongue is
feel guilty.
preventing me from pronouncing
Callis
such
had
a weird
always
name.
taken
Oh,
great
wait.
care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh wait, they tried to dissolve Navia. The hell?
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
Thank you
Oh,
for everything
and
you've
Paimon's
told me.
black hole accidentally ate it
I
up.
will
Bruh.
definitely find the truth.
When
The current
gluttony
state
was
of things
actually a
is not
virtue.
something I'm willing to
Yes.
just sit back and accept.
The sin now is not a sin anymore.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really
Yes.
similar.
This is the meme right
You
now
really think so?
where's that? The weird meme when we get a handshake and a what for something that we don't know what we eat.
Yes.
That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Testimony from Jacques' family. Jacques believes that he has struggled greatly.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello
Oh
there.
my god.
Yes, hello.
Long time no talk.
Yes, hello. Yes. Sorry, I couldn't attend your
you
birthday
okay,
party. I was coughing non-stop that time.
I'm fine.
Oh yeah, I told
Don't
May.
worry.
May told me I was like,
Let's
yeah, just
investigate
spread
the three
the
suspects next.
Whoa,
I don't want,
Should be
bro.
nearby.
how
And we
responsible.
should be able to find
It's a
Thierry
very
and
bad
Marcel
cough,
in the
bro.
city.
Just spread all the
I'll get
virus.
myself together on the way. So please
I mean,
don't
it
worry.
wasn't COVID, so fair enough, but still not.
Cannot lah.
Oh, that's
Something
money.
like every couple of minutes.
They are money bags in
Cannot
Fontaine.
lah.
Lol.
Wait, I'm gonna go travel VC to VC because like it's my end of intern. I want to like
Yeah,
see what
Greetings,
is everyone
boss.
doing. But
How
I'll
may
come
I
back
be of
later.
assistance
Yeah.
today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table.
To find the Archon.
I even
Why
made
are we
sure to
helping you
confirm
now?
that before running to the scene.
Oof.
But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably
Janet.
belonged to Jacques,
Hi,
or
back.
a third person on the scene.
Back.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Eh?
So you're saying Mr.
What?
Callis ended up
I
with the
said hi
gun
back.
because he seized
Yes.
it from one of the other guys? But hold on.
Valorant?
If
Genshin?
that's what
Is
had
it
happened,
Genshin?
Yeah,
then
Genshin
why didn't he
4.0.
share
Was
the
it
truth with any
the-
of us?
Yeah.
4.0?
Yeah, the new
Yeah,
Genshin.
Fontaine is out.
He didn't
I
even
thought
want to
there's like
face
a
the
lot of
Oratrice machine,
Genshin type
and
of
chose
game.
instead to prove his honor in a duel.
Or they
Got-
created some Honkai Impact, right?
Did
Honkai
he lose all
Star
faith
Rail.
in the courts after seeing someone
Honkai
dissolve
Star Rail.
right in front of his eyes?
Nobody's playing it
About
already.
that,
Uh,
Malouse told me
yeah.
a thing or two. So,
think,
I
Marvel
think I can
and
understand
Hades are
why
playing,
he
but they
committed
share
to
one
the duel.
account.
Share
I'll
one
tell you
laptop.
everything
Like they
once
share
the
one
whole
account.
truth has been revealed.
Oh.
Cause I think Hades told me that
understand.
our account got very unlucky then.
Then I'll
Then she
leave
gave
Mr.
up on the
Callis's
account.
honor in your hands, boss.
The
And if I may just say one more thing. The whole
That's
callous, the
crazy.
unfaithful
Come on.
epithet has been a thorn in my side since the
25.
day
I
it
need
was
some
invented.
25. Got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Many
Yeah,
people
that's why he
have
just
laughed
left
at
one
me for
semester,
still
right?
calling him Mr.
One term,
Callis,
right?
even
Wait.
after so many years
No,
had
intern
passed.
just end. So I'm
But it was
just
Mr.
I had to do
Callis's
TPT
trust that
and
allowed me to
report.
rise through the ranks of Spina di
Then
Rasula
you graduate at the end of this year, man?
and live the life no
No,
matter what
and
others might
next
say.
year.
April.
He'll
next
always be
month,
the
yeah.
man I respect
Yeah,
the
April,
most.
around like before
And he'll
April.
always
Yeah.
be my boss.
Don't worry. I will
Oh, I
definitely
applied
find the
EAE
truth.
already.
Did you get in?
You and all our other
Yeah.
comrades at the Spina
Result not out
deserve to
yet,
know the
but I
truth
went
as well.
through all the 3 stages. So like during the EAE, I passed like I think I passed the stage, and then the final stage we don't know.
That's good.
Yeah. I know, right?
Okay lah, I think you probably can get in with your GP anyways.
Oh, dude, there's so. Oh
I
my
was
god.
dying. Actually, I don't know if GPA can get in there. I
Underwater,
best get
man.
What's the GPA?
3.8 there.
Can one now, what the hell?
No, but I see on Reddit people
Quite
have
hard,
like
yeah.
4 and didn't got in.
Yeah.
Yes, Reddit, the most reliable source of information.
Hey,
That's true.
Thierry,
Why?
it's me.
You need to have like some CCA record or
Now,
whatever.
what brings you
competition
here,
or,
Miss
like,
Navia?
basically anything they
Oh.
can.
I've heard
Yeah.
that you made quite the name
Oh, yes.
for
I
yourself at
actually
the
have.
Opera House.
Some 4.0 students, they do
So
absolutely
you've
nothing
got
else.
news of that already.
Oh, I have CCA, I got
okay.
competition, I also got
Hey,
community.
I'm also a member
and
of the guards,
leadership.
you know.
I got all
The
4.
way you make it
Ah, you
sound,
should be
people
able
would
to go
think I
in
was
if
sent
you-
off to
if you
Poisson
somehow
because I
pass
had done
CAE.
something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth
I'm
in that?
not sure, but I was
Under
like,
normal
dying. I was like,
circumstances,
What
shouldn't you have
costume?
been called back to the
Cyber.
city already?
SP I applied like
I mean,
AI.
Where I
analytics,
work is
and then
really up to me.
NP I applied
Let's just
data.
say I enjoy the ambiance
science.
of Poisson.
Oh god damn.
Callus did a fantastic
I know,
job
right?
running the town.
That's
Building
so cool.
Spina di Rasula
But
from the ground
say I
up,
go uni also
clearing
GPA very
many
hard, so,
obstructions
yeah,
in my
you
way.
can- Oh, good
It
luck.
would be next to impossible for me to find
I
a similarly
I think I'll take
easy
work
but
studies.
high-paying
Work
job in the
studies
city.
diploma degree at that point.
Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Ah, yes. These two are my partners.
Plus,
What happened
big
at the
data
Opera
analytics,
House
all the
made us
relevant
realize that
courses can go
Lenny's
right. It's like
case
3.8
and
and
my
4.0.
father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it.
Yeah, I need to submit my reflection.
If you
by
want to go
12.
through the original files
By
from your father's case,
11:59.
I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have
Do
the
you hear
authority
like
to
my
dispatch
background?
Gardamex?
I feel like you
Of course.
A tiny little
Without
bit, but
them,
it's
I
very-
couldn't
it's much
possibly
better
handle
than
Poisson on my own. Why do you ask?
That's nice.
We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well,
Yeah, I want to play
you
Vela,
see,
I don't
just
mind, but
recently,
I don't know how long
we were
we'll be
attacked
done
by a
with this
horde
one.
of unnumbered
I might just cut
Gardamex
it
in the
instead
city.
then.
So,
Oh, Can we check
if
if
you
anyone played Velo?
hypothetically wanted to do something
Okay, very
against
easy,
me,
just- yeah, add-
all you would
add-
need
add
to do
Velo
is get rid of the
anyone.
mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Wow, but you can't rank them high.
Then you think too highly of my abilities.
Huh?
Last time is
Dispatching
when
I didn't
mecha
play
is
already,
very
right?
different
the last
from
time you played, you were
controlling them. If I had to
Flat?
make an
Was
analogy,
it not?
when you order a
No,
dish,
not
the
flat lah,
chef
you
will
know
make
flat.
it for you.
The last time we
You can
played,
ask the
he
chef to
went
Go,
cook,
go.
but
Go.
not to massage your
Go.
shoulders
No
or
plan.
carry your
Ain't no way,
baggage.
bro.
If you
I
try
said
to
it's
make
black.
unreasonable
No,
demands,
it's
the
gold.
chef would
Where
just
got
think
flat?
you're out of your mind and ignore
No
you
lah,
completely.
no, very long I played.
The same goes
like
for
5
me and
months
my
I played.
Gardamex.
I know.
Removing a
Ethan
serial
Mann-
number
yeah,
is
Ethan 6
also
months, right?
not as easy as you
Yeah.
might think. There
But
are a lot of
it's like 5
complex
months
steps to
and a
it,
half.
and it's
Yeah.
almost impossible to keep it
Okay,
a
my intern
secret.
starting next month.
So I can promise you, those mecha were
Ciao.
definitely
Ciao.
private units.
Still trying to still trying to secure
Certainly
though.
not
I don't know
cheap.
why they're so sian.
So,
Go through, I go
whoever
through
their
some
owner
interviews.
is must
Like,
be
waste time.
super rich, powerful,
How
or
come?
both.
I also don't know
Now
because
that
I
you
have so
mention
much
it, though,
project to do. Then the chill will be like,
Being in
okay,
the
hey, go
synth
interview.
business would definitely
Instead of
be
like
profitable
doing that like
enough
a
to
few months
afford
ago.
this.
Oh,
But oh well.
then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Next Tuesday got another interview.
Oh, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia.
Huh, you got
Jokes
oh,
aside,
I didn't have my
I'd like to wish
interview.
you all the best with
No,
your
I
investigation.
sometimes they like to just
I'll
give
be
it
staying
to
in
you
the
straight
city
away
for a
without
little
interview.
while, so just
No,
come find me if you need any
majority
support from the
had
guards.
interview,
Ah,
but
I don't know.
it's just some mail. Like
you
if you're lucky, yeah.
You
I
too poor,
didn't
right?
have. What?
Don't need, it's so good. Don't need, if you see your resume, oh, okay, now mind go in, yes.
Bruh.
Yes, they see your resume, you're hired.
Contact Marcel.
Okay lah. Actually quite lucky lah. That's in my company.
Waters.
Hello. How may I help you? I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm
cannot
not as
find
young as I
my-
used to
where
be,
is my
so my legs are
thing?
giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her
ChatGPT
own
is
game
fine,
on
right?
her own turf, I can already imagine
Yes,
everyone in
it's
Fontaine
fine.
discussing
You
your
use it to
exploits
paraphrase.
over a few
Try not to
glasses
ask
of
it
wine.
to give you answers already.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become
Oh.
the talk of drunkards.
Oh, I see. I didn't.
Yeah, it's all about the way you
Apologies.
ask questions.
It's just how Fontaine is.
You're very
as a
bad at
nation.
Okay.
Everyone
Don't get
loves
messed up.
drama and theatrics.
I really don't
Uncle Marcel,
ask them for
you
answer.
also
I'm more like
noticed
ask
that
them
other
if
thing,
it's-
right?
Uh,
The fact that
I
humans
wanted
can
to just ask
dissolve
you
in
the most
water?
random general questions
Yes,
I ever have.
I was reminded
I
of your
feel like
father's case right
no,
away.
because I feel like their
Is that what
data
you're
is like
investigating
very old.
now?
It's better not.
We
Exactly.
updated already.
I still don't have much
Huh?
solid proof,
2021.
but I can
I
sense
think
that
you
the
can
other
ask them
side
what's
has
their-
already begun to
their
act.
Cut-off point for the
Oh,
the
and
data.
what makes you say that?
Yeah,
Okay.
We were attacked on
you
Arrhenius
look
by
at
some
yourself.
unnumbered Gardamex.
Like an August
And
update or
there was
something like
also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Vigilance, quotation marks for that.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
that's
giving us
hilarious.
too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Vigilance.
Alas,
Hilarious.
it seems things are heating up again. The
Right
peace
now,
that
I think,
Callus
yeah,
sought
it's
so
only
dearly
September
will
2021.
soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
It's okay, you can always spend
Thank you,
$20 a
Uncle
month to
Marcel.
get the better one.
But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Here, a gunshot. Interesting thing of note. Okay, go over the clues of Navia.
One with nature.
Okay.
Oh my
We've
god. I
talked
have
to all three
control my
suspects,
bathroom. Wait, ah.
purely based on their
Let's go
conversations with
Kiba.
me.
None of them sounded
Unkey
particularly
guy.
suspicious.
Oh,
I suppose that's to be
mine's
expected,
a
though.
squiggly line.
If a
like,
single
next to one.
conversation's all that's needed to find them out,
When I
then
typing
my
a full
father
stop,
wouldn't have
then
needed
it
to
just
investigate the case for so many years.
So annoying.
Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
This is my
But
password.
where should we start? Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective
Oh, no wonder
would
why.
be to
Sorry,
turn
no,
his
sorry,
back
not
on the
sorry.
Order and seek protection from my father.
So awkward just now. Or else.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
This is mine.
Florent? I forget her name, but it's probably Florent, right?
Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father,
I don't know.
and
I'm
thus
not
had
at
the
that
best
part.
chance
Sorry.
of learning about his dealings with Jacques.
To be in front of me.
But as Spina
Had
di
to do
Rosula's
laundry.
advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security. So he
I'm so
shouldn't have much means
confused.
when it comes to finances.
Then who's the guy
I thought
below? It's Marcel.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly. He can't. And
Okay.
even if he could,
For
I don't
some
think he would be
reason,
able to dispatch a whole group so
I
quickly.
It's Marcel.
supervisor email, but I can't
Uncle
go into
Marcel?
mine.
My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
Who am I?
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending
Yes.
a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Someone else, dude.
TA, you say?
Yeah.
Huh.
What?
It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha.
I can view everyone.
I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually
However, I
tampered with
got
the
what I
mecha,
want.
we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Who could it be?
Oh. Choose the most reasonable evidence. Okay, the only information about Flora, theory, quite foggy. Okay, so
Oh, we're gonna find new billet.
it's closest contact. Cannot carry a gun. Marcel, close relationship. Let's see.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel
Sorry.
is indeed the most
okay.
suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these 3, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair
Time to
and well
pay a new
considered.
billet.
When he laid out his
busy.
case for the 3, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The
Oh my
suspect
god,
is knowledgeable
I'm
about the
doing my
Spina's
last
internal affairs,
reflection. So
has the means to
annoying.
dispatch Mecha to
Yes.
assassinate us,
He's
and
so
possesses
cute.
significant intellect and foresight.
Just type a bunch of random
Even if I
bullshit
don't
and
want to
then you
believe
just
it,
give
I'm starting to
ChatGPT
see
help
how
you
things
write
could
next
all
lines.
tie back to Uncle Marcel.
We still have another
Crying.
trump card on top of all the theorizing and
Come on.
speculating.
Mama, video.
Yes, Malus did
Well,
say
like that I
that
can
charging
read the
straight
whole
in there would be
company email.
extremely risky.
Holy shit.
But we don't have any other
No
options right now.
privacy at all.
We need
Right.
far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are.
It's just don't say anything
I've been
weird
looking
because
for
me
you.
and
Huh?
Pop is streaming
Aren't
Twitch,
you
by
the
the way.
guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from
There's
Irenaeus
a
just
chance that
after
it's
you
all
left.
your
We've
keyboard.
got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Oh, child.
What? Is that someone you know?
Yes.
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been
Picture
accused
of
of
my
being the true
accomplishment.
culprit
Oh, yeah.
behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Quite.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
这样吗？
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be
Why-
a lot
why-
harder
Hey,
then to
Sabine,
clear
why
Mr.
did you
Callus's
question
name.
a thing about a follow-up case that has never happened before? What the hell?
I understand. Well, partner,
Is
what do you think we should do?
Genshin still
We still
fun?
haven't found any
We just
conclusive
said there's no
evidence.
exceptions allowed.
What?
It's actually scout emoji. No, it's
Huh?
just the plot.
Split
In
up?
Genshin, it's just a bit weird
What do you
sometimes.
mean?
They be like, no, you can't go in, and later, next second later, okay, go in.
Just as
Yeah.
expected of my
I
partner.
mean, if someone tell you not to go in, will you go in?
So, what?
But it's like I say, it's like so we're
Since
going to
this is a trial
like a highly
about the
guarded
serial
area
disappearances
with
case,
highly
the
sensitive
culprit's
information.
attention will be
And a
focused on
What was the
Aeneas,
first
leaving his home base
first part
wide
of Genshin?
open.
What was the first thing that you were trying to do?
You're
Stealing
right.
something?
This is our best opportunity.
Get bust through
All
the
right
guard.
then,
Do you
let's
remember?
do this.
Yes.
I'll
I
stall
mean,
them
it
at
is
the
the
Yeah,
Opera
that's,
city of
House
freedom.
it's
and
just
charge
Genshin.
Marcel as the true
That's just
culprit.
Genshin.
But that's the city of freedom. There's no laws.
I won't
It's
have any
anarchy.
chance of
It's
making
actually
that
an
charge
anarchist
stick, though,
system.
Yes.
unless we find more evidence.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
actually
there's
an
no
Up
law.
to
anarchist.
you
There's
to
no
make
law
it
in
back in
Mondstadt.
time and
But
hand
in
the
the
decisive
Hydro
evidence to
nation
me.
is the nation of justice.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
Everything in the
Mademoiselle,
world
please
is
allow us to
literally about
accompany
law.
you.
I'm ready.
I can't argue with that.
Ah,
The mouth.
hello, Silver. When
Oh,
did you
no.
two get here?
I don't know.
We
You play
heard
Genshin long
that
enough, the
you'll be
story kind
leaving
of
Poisson and
becomes even
figured that
weirder.
you might require our assistance.
No, the games become harder.
It's our hope that
Oh,
your
honestly,
confidence
Genshin
will be
is, like,
bolstered
kinda
with the two
easy.
of us by your side.
Easy now? You sure
Yeah.
or
Thank you
not?
so much.
Yeah.
I gave up on that
Then,
summer
let's
event.
make haste for
The reason,
Aeneas.
the reason why I
Paimon,
stopped playing because of
Traveler,
that summer
I'll
event.
see you at the Opera House.
Why?
It was too hard.
It's just annoying to explore.
Just like
It wasn't hard.
Just too hard.
Oh, you mean the second Golden Archipelago, that one?
Yeah, I think it was like last year or last year.
That one, yeah, that one, right? The Mona's puzzle was very difficult. Most people think. But the current one, right, is everything now mostly very easy.
Already been marked on the map.
There's no like you need 200 IQ to solve something.
Oh,
I see. Well, I gave up already.
It's fine.
Mhm.
That's fine. No problem.
okay. Can I even hit it from here? We shall try. Hey, got one.
Wind Strider.
The other one.
Framework video check. Oh, did I put the video? The video. And then
New one.
tasks.
Violet gold something. Oh, there's
Tasks
sealies everywhere.
there.
Oh my god, and there's fishing. Oh no.
Yes, that's how you get the pipe, bro.
Oh no.
For your IT intern, right, Joe?
Ah.
How well do you do for your
Okay.
task list?
What I mean? I don't know. I just got A for intern.
You got A? Is
Yeah.
it like fun?
I don't know. I just
Okay, new stuff. Sour
they
bait.
just say you do this for them. It's like okay. I mean, it's quite fun sometimes.
New stuff. Sour bait. Flashing
Majority
maintenance
won't
mech bait.
give hard, right?
Sounds like what?
You give
Only
good
fish.
mark.
Yeah.
Majority of
Cavalier
the people
ferryman.
marking will give good mark. Because it's like you spend time with them and then you're leaving.
Increase
Yeah.
skill.
Then you start
hit
thinking
rate
about the
by
good thing
8%.
about them.
Additionally, increase energy recharge.
Lama. Like if you give them a good, if you leave them with a good impression, you most likely get a high mark lah. But if
Yo,
you're like
you can
always
actually
late
use this
and
for.
they do things, obviously you won't get.
Oh, you can actually use this for who? You can actually use this for who is she called? Lynette. Actually possible. The stick.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, the mouse.
Should we just
The wave piercer. Okay, 2 new formulas have been.
You done your thing already?
Let's just use
Yeah,
everything.
done already.
That's fast. No.
Reflection is just 5 minutes. You just write what you feel,
Okay,
then you put
let's see.
evidence.
That's like 2,000 words, man.
Where am I actually?
Oh, I got write like
Side
OS
of
paragraph. I think the teacher used
city.
ChatGPT to comment the
Come up.
feedback. I
What's this? I'm confused.
Time to go.
Hello, good sir.
the teacher got lazy giving feedback already. Like in the first few, right, it was like long, and then it got lesser. It just got one sentence.
Ah.
Wait, what? Where did
I
you go?
just realized Nivelet's eyes a bit weird. Oh.
Oh my god, teacher wrote 3 paragraphs.
Okay, the timing of that could use some work. Definitely.
Alright, it's submitted already.
Blank.
I'ma just post on IG. Submitted.
Is that good enough? Oh yes, that was enough. I have gotten 2.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Yoink, yoink, silly. Yoink. Okay. I shall do all of these next time then. Oh god, let's continue.